Om Dhirgaishman Bhava, Stribhyah Dirga Sumangali Bhava, Sarvavyadi Nivarana Praptirastu, Sarva Aishwaryam Abhivirdhir Bhavatu, Sarva Mangalani Bhavantu, Tadastu, Tadastu, Tadastu. Now, this is my continuation of my video series, Comparative Religions, Hinduism versus Christianity, and this is part 20. And again, I am completing my balance portion of a reply to a commentary in my video number 16 Tamil section. But the commentary was in English in a big essay after essay, and I thought I would continue and complete it by today. And then I will go further in my video 21 and onwards further on. Now, so in the commentary, I think it is RMK or something he calls, a camouflage name. So I'm continuing. Now, he says in that commentary, it was the British who unified India. India was in bits and parcels ruled by several princes, and yes, correct, maybe. If you take the British India, before partition, Pakistan, the present India, Bangladesh and all, 600 princes were ruling. And it was the British who made us India, and we are comfortable now. He said mainly of unification of the British, unification by the British of India. Well, I think he is highly ignorant. He doesn't know about Indian history, and I would like him to read my book, A Search in Secret, Sacred Hinduism. It is available in e-format. I have told you, in Amazon, e-Kindle, or even in Google Play Books, e-formats. Very nominally priced by me. Now, the sthan means what? Sthanam in Sanskritam. One should understand Sanskritam by grammar. Now, we had what is known as the Baluchistan, the Pakistan, whatever, all these sthans, the Uzbekistan, the Rajasthan. Sthan means sthanam. The Turkmenistan, Afghanistan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan. Sthan means sthanam. Now, what was the unification? It is not the British. British came to India around 16th, 17th century, started that East India Trading Post, small trading company. Later on, it became big, like our big industrial empires, and they started trying to take a political power. And in 1855 only, the British Parliament officially brought India under their territory. India means the British India, what we say is up to Pakistan. Pakistan includes northwestern province, the Sindh province, the Baluchistan province and all. I'm not going deeper into it, and the Bangladesh on the right hand side, on the eastern side. Now, my dear, it is not the British who unified India. India was called India long time from the Vedic times, Bharat Desh, and then the English name became India around 1500 years back. But for your information, it was Agastya Rishi, before Ramayana era, probably at Ramayana era, if you want to say, who came down from the Himalayas, crossed down Vindhyas, and there is a story, a Puranic story. The Vindhyas refused, it grew, and Vindhyas refused, and Agastya also grew because he had in his Kamandalam the power, and then Agastya blessed India, and the Vindhya mountains, that mountain shortened itself to a smaller height, and Agastya crossed, and Agastya says, I will bring you to your original light when I go back. But he never went back to north, he stayed in south. And in Ramayana also we know that Agastya advises Rama to worship the Lord Surya, because Surya is energy. And we have the famous shloka, Tado yuddha parishrantam samare chintayastidam ravanam jaghrudo drishtva yuddhaya samupastitam, he says, sama upastitam. See, he saw the Ravana getting powerful, and then he advised Rama to chant the mantra. See, as a Brahmin, I am trained in Gayatri Mantra when I was born. We are called Dvijas, means people who are the priestly class, who chant the Vedas, who are segmented like that, not by birth. Guna, Karma, Vibhashaga, no. It is only by Guna and Karma. I'm sorry, not by birth. And so, the first birth is, I was baptized. And how I was baptized? My mother took me in a river pond in Kerala, in a river, and dipped me 3 times. Just like in Christianity, they baptized in Judaism also, they baptized, sinking them 3 times inside. Jesus was baptized like that, sinking, just putting his head down under the river Jordan for 3 times. So you are baptized. We have that practice. All these practices were there in Vedic times, 7,000, 8,000 years back, copied by the Jews. A lot of Jews came to India, a lot of Africans came to India, a lot of Middle East people came to India, Europeans came to India because they want spices. They were mainly non-vegetarians, and they don't have agriculture like 12 months. Therefore, all these practices were copied by them only. I am 100% sure. So Agastya came, and Rama built a Shiva out of mud in Rameshwaram. He constructed Shiva's idol and prayed to Lord Shiva, and then, as per Agastya's advice, he also worshipped the sun god. Everything is energy, there is nothing more to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help achieving that reality. There is no other way. This is physics and not philosophy. That's what Einstein says. I am quoting and unquoting Einstein. Everything is energy. So Surya rays are energy. As I told you, with a hand lens I can burn a paper, whereas without the hand lens the paper may not get burnt in a sunshine. You see, so everything is energy, and Rama won the battle because the power of Surya. Ravana was also very intelligent, but Ravana, because the Surya gives you additional power. That's what I told you. All the names in South India, they will have sun, Aditya, Adityanar, Dinakaran, and all. Even the Christian preachers will like to have the name Dinakaran. Dinakaran. Kara means rays. Karan. Kiran, and all you say. The hands of the daily. Who is the daily person who is coming? It's the Surya god. See, all these people will be successful from their normal prarabdha karma lives by about 30 to 40%. I have already told you, if you worship positive energies and negative energies, you go down 30 to 40% from your prarabdha karma, like your genes of your health. If you take medicines, you go up. If you don't, by 30 to 40%, your health is improved. Medicines, exercises, yoga, meditation, and all. If you don't do all these things, minus 30% from your genetic life. Therefore, it was Agastya who unified India. And what unifies India? Because before Agastya, there was a Kali worship here in South India, deep south. Kali means Shakti. That was also right. But Agastya brought Lord Shiva, Mahavishnu and all. He wrote the Tamil grammar also. Most of it is lost now. And then he only introduced the concept of energy worship and Shiva worship and all. And brought all the mantras. Even if you say all the Tirumarais of the Tamil saints worship Lord Shiva. So that means all these Tirumarais they're all Aryans or what? This is Aryan means Arya. I am called, you see, a good Brahmin will be called as Dvija Varya, twice born Arya, noble sir, esquire, like that in English. All these jokes were created by all these invaders to create a split in the society which was not there. It was only based on occupation and the karma they do. Therefore, Agastya unified India. It was Agastya who came down from the north, crossing the Vindhyas, and unified India. And what was the unification factor? Hinduism. The culture of Hindustan belongs to Hinduism, the way of worship. God is one for everybody. That's what Swami Vivekananda quotes from the Rig Veda. Akashat patitam toyam yada gacchati sagaram sarvadeva namaskaraha keshavam pridigacchati. Beautiful. Agashat, from the Agashat, Patitam Toyam, the falling water, Yada, whenever it falls from the Akasha, Yada, Gacchati Sagaram, it goes to the ocean only. Likewise, Sarvadeva Namaskaraha, it goes to only Keshava. One God is called Keshava. That is how the universal religion has to be built, and that's what the Vedas said. See, all these people can write anything if you want. If you come for an argument, come for an intellectual debate, then we shall see. Have a neutral judge. Therefore, it was Agastya who unified India. And then our unification is mainly on Hinduism. Otherwise, you see what happened to Pakistan and Bangladesh, East Pakistan, West Pakistan. Islam created the division. There was a fight. We believe in Hinduism means God is one, Paramatma. Now, how do you worship? I worship my God offering flowers. I have an idol before me for concentration, just like I have a pencil before me, a board before me. They are all idols. I have explained to you. You see my YouTube series, why we worship idols. Therefore, leaving this crucial factor, if you say that British came when? 300 years back. What they unified? For their political power to have a unification, they created North and South. They went here and there and just conquered India because we believed in Ahimsa. We did not want to, manufacture destructive weapons and have a French Revolution and have a Russian Revolution and create all these 3 world wars or create the war of the Crusaders. What war we had in India? This beautiful Bharata Desha. Please tell me. It is built the principles of Ahimsa as I quoted from Mahabharata itself. Latest Mahabharata I have quoted. This ahimsa is param dhanam. Ahimsa is greater than dhanam. Ahimsa is dhanam, but it's greater than dhanam, greater than sukham, greater than shamanam, greater than calmness. Everything is there in Mahabharata came about for 5,000 years before, in Ramayana also. Ahimsa only. And the principle of ahimsa in Bharata Desham we had, but the principle of himsa, the Abrahamic religions have, no doubt, they have a good moral code of conduct. If you say, if study Quran, I went through the Quran, most of the verses are say, don't do this, God will punish you, God is there, Allah knows everything. That's all correct. But the philosophical angle, where you will get, I'm going to quote more of that in my forthcoming videos. You will see brilliance in our Vedic structure. Therefore, saying that only the British unified India and we are united now, British did not unify India. At the time, we had some problem based on culture and religion. Is it not? Because Pakistani Indian is the same by ethnicity, by race, by culture, like Indians only. You can't find the difference. I had a lot of Pakistani friends when I was a student. You can't see, if we walk on the road, no, the white man cannot differentiate us who is a Pakistani and who is an Indian. Unless he asks us. Just like when Europeans come, you cannot say who is a Frenchman and who is an Englishman. Very difficult. Unless he speaks out. Therefore, my dear, that RMK, I think his name, he appears as an essay commentary on my video number, part number 16 in Comparative Religions, to say British United is out of total ignorance. Is out of total ignorance. British never united India. Can a lion simply feed the lamb just for its love? Does it feed for love? No. It has some other interest on the lamb. It will only just temporarily, it looks like it catches the lamb by the throat, but it also catches its own kid, by own cubs by the throat. But the catching here is for meat, to eat. But that catching of the lion cub by itself, by the lion, catching the throat and carrying it, it's out of love. Motherly, fatherly love, the emotional love. Here, it is not for love. So, this is one of my points. Please note that it was Agastya who united India, and that's why all our Pandyan, Cheran, Cholan kings and all, they all worship Shiva and Vishnu. The culture of Hinduism was brought by Agastya. Though worshipping through flowers, through Aradhana, through Deeparadhana and all was there. But it was modified. Therefore, it was Hinduism which united India. And even today, South speaks a different language than North. But it was Hinduism. The culture of India is Hinduism. That much, please understand, people of other faith. Please understand. And another portion, he talks of something like, British were the brilliant scientists. They built the roads. They built the bridges. They built all the schools. Well, they did, as I told you, the lion, why it feeds the lamb, or why it catches it by the throat, the lamb. And what happens to the lamb after 5-10 minutes or 15 minutes? What happens, we all know. It will be inside the pack of lion's stomach. You see, the British did build, and I appreciate them. There is no question of deriding or belittling them. But one thing, they did all the testing in India. If they want to build something in Birmingham, they did test the railroad here. At that point of time, see, every civilization has its up and down. We had a wonderful civilization till Francis Xavier came. India was the richest economy. 12 months we had agriculture. Agriculture was the basis. All our rivers were flooded. There was no chemicals in the river. Huge forests, natural forests. We were very rich. We were very happy, mentally, physically, praying to temple, meditating. But once the industrialization comes, I am not blaming industrialization, it has to come as per the modern youth thinking. Yeah. British did not build because they built it. We had the advantages. One, they built it, they tested. India was the testing ground. They took the iron ore, everything from India. Not much was found in England. Everything they shipped to England from India, and they built the roads. First they tested here. The testing ground. Accidents happen, rails may break. Several has happened. Some goes reported, some unreported. And then they finalized it and then established the best in the UK. That cannot be dissolved. That cannot be said no. India happens to be a testing ground. So for India also helped them by giving them the iron ore. They also benefited. India also benefited. It is not that because of them we are living. After that, after independence, we have constructed so many thousands of kilometers of railways. The military is constructing so beautifully in Northeast. We are constructing, we have the technology. Who gave the technology? British gave the schools, and British schooling system, I would say, is not really tolerant to India. British education system is everything based on their own language, English. They brought it. That's why we are speaking in English, throwing away our Sanskritam, which was the Rashtriya Bhasha. And then what happens? Once you go to another and learn the language and apply your technology, you lose time. I have quoted examples from China, from Japan and all. See, China, they are going to be the world leaders in another 10 years. Already they are the leaders now, in space and in wherever they are. India are leaders in software science. Your mobile, complete, your emails, everything is by an Indian entrepreneur, by an Indian scientist. The construction of the language, you have to have the brain. They are not fools to employ Indians in software. India is leaping in bounds in software and all these technologies. We have to admire. We had our own science, but everything we left because the rulers were there. So we said salam to them, and whatever they said, yes, we said okay, and we threw away the own Gurukul system where the guru was looking after his students in an emotional way, in a nice way. See, as a student who had got postgraduate education in US, education also blunts your system. The English education can blunt. You're forced to learn, you're forced to study. That should not be there. As Thiruvalluvar says, Nunniya nool pala karpinum matrum tan unmai arive migum. You may learn a lot of nools, a lot of texts, but your own original knowledge is very important. That's how Einstein built his knowledge, Newton built his knowledge. Even Higgs boson did not have all the sophisticated computers in 1963 to find out Higgs boson, or our own boson, Bengali boson, who found the boson, the subatomic particle. They did not have huge labs and other things. Everything comes from meditation and deep thought. We would have progressed well than what it is now, and we would have been the leaders. There is no doubt about it. We would have been the leaders had we followed the concept of our own culture, our own Hinduism, our own what our rishis have said, and built our empire on that. Now we would have been the world leaders. We jumped off the track. The train was running for us very nicely. Somebody came and used force. We jumped out of the train. We landed on some land. And now we got hold of some other train, the train which the other fellow invader gives us, and we try to go and ride and do something, try to copy, because we have lost our original thinking, original creativity. Now we are picking up. The last 10 years, you see how India has developed. And I am sure in another 15, 20 years, with this type of a culture of central government ruling us, India will be the leader in this world. Already picking up very strongly, because electronic software is the most important thing any man can have. It is going to be the science of the future. In what comfort we are, every comfort, every mobile, every computer you operate, every electronic system through a software comes from India. I have given a separate lecture on artificial intelligence and Sanskritam. Please go there. We are yet to build a compiler in Sanskritam. It is tough, but everybody has to put energy and money into that. Once you start building, once you put the foundation, you dig deep, very deep, then you can go 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 15th floor, 100th floor also. The point is, it will take time. The nation has to be patient. Therefore, why I am quoting all these things is because of the gentleman. We all scientists are from West. One padri or one priest was telling, which scientist, whether Maxwell or whether you take Volta or whether you take Einstein, none of them believed in Jesus Christ. They never believe in religion. In fact, Lawrence Krauss says, in the YouTube he is there, he says, Jainism is the only non-violent religion I ever know. He admits, though he is an atheist. Several scientists, either they do not believe, either they are atheists, or they come to Hinduism, read Bhagavad Gita, like Steve Jobs. He openly says he came to India, he was taking drugs. And then even when in US, he used to take prasad from some ISKCON temple. See, the point is, once if they are exposed to the Hindu culture, the Bhagavad Gita, the Uddhava Gita, the Tripura Rahasya, the Vedas, the Vedangas, and other literatures, the Brahmanas, the Aranyakas, the Upanishads, My God, it is a mighty vast ocean. You can simply enjoy yourself. Your creative thinking will develop. Only thing is you have to know some Sanskritam. You have to know to read and write. You don't have to require big knowledge. Big knowledge you can invent. You can discover. Through the approach of Hindustan, through the approach of Hinduism, through the approach of the Hindu culture. That much is very certain. And that is going to happen. That is happening. With the present government, it's very fine. Humanity should be good. Humanity should live well. Humanity should not have terrorists or fanaticism. Universal religion should be the order of the day. I am great, then you are great. Mine is a brotherhood. See, recently I saw in Kanyakumari a teacher trying to, that has come in the videos, the news. A teacher trying to convert a young student into Christianity. Yours is Satan, yours is that. These are all very wrong. What are the converted Christians in Africa doing, you tell me? Still in poverty, fighting each other. Nigerian Muslims are killing Nigerian Christians, or Nigerian Christians, Muslims in Ghana, in Congo. Where is the poverty gone there? Are they super rich? Or the converted Christians in India, have they become so nice, so developed? Every nation, because of our Hindu society or because of their society, the society helps. The society helps. I recently saw on YouTube where a retired judge, not on a federal party, she says everything is Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ did not come practically to help. Maybe her mental thinking. She should have said it is due to God. Being a judge, the judge has to be secular. A judge cannot be taking partiality. A politician can be taking partiality. He can believe in a God because he is not delivering judgments. He is assessed by the people. Whereas judge is not elected by the people. They should be secular. And it is the generations they have eaten from our land. Their ancestors, great-great-grandfathers, grandmothers, who gave the food? Who gave the food? Just for you had some food from a Christian priest or he has changed your mind doesn't mean that you have to be like this. You have to talk out openly. Maybe for some time, when I go in an aircraft, for about half an hour, there may be a very bad weather, the aircraft will shake. But it is a divine hand that helps me. Not really the pilot. Pilot is also may be there for that second. But the aircraft is designed so that there is the probability of 100% that no accident happens that's going on. But if there is a shake in between, I should not say that because of that shake that my God helped me. Maybe the pilot has helped you. I'm not saying no, but that should not be the order of the day, and that you should not try to impose on the society with your feeling. There is the society which has helped anybody to come up to it is a Hindu society. The Hindu land, the land belonging to Hindustan, the land that was nurtured by our Pandyan, Cheran, Choran, our kings of India, North India, South India, Central India, East India, West India. They have raised our generations, our ancestors have eaten their food. Through that we are here, we are speaking to you, but you cannot simply call out as a secular person delivering judgments on a one particular religion and saying they have helped. How can that be possible? Anyhow, these are all the thinkings which are fanatical. That should not be there. Universal God, as Swami Vivekananda says, respect other religion. Don't try to violate the freedom of other religion, especially these missionaries, either by force, either by trick, or either by something can happen through placebo and nocebo effects. They're all there. But that doesn't mean a crow comes and sits on the coconut tree and the coconut tree falls. It is the power of the crow that made the coconut tree fall. So the crow you have to worship. He is everyone. All others deities are satans. That is what some of the missionaries talk. I have heard them speaking. Sorry, don't do that. If you have faith in this thing, you calmly do your work you want to do. That's it. More of it I shall continue till such time. Bhuyat Tavat Shubha Mangalam. Thank you. Hari Om.